It's week 4 of the NFL, and all eyes are on Drake May. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Pats and the Dolphins, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
We are about 15 miles north of downtown Miami. This is Hard Rock Stadium here in South Florida. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, wild first month of the calendar in the NFL. Had some great games, some finishes that were pretty special, the usual surprises. Now, we hit October, and like you said, this is where the season really gets going.
Yeah, doesn't it just feel like on the NFL calendar, every month kind of has its own vibe, right? It's September, you're just starting to figure out how good you are. You don't even know how...
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The New England offense getting ready to go to work here. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, it's going to be a hard team to beat.
They'll run with a man who went to high school nearby in Miami Central. It's James Cook. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
That's caught downfield. Dobbs. And he will go all the way. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Patriots. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Makes the score Patriots 7, Dolphins
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
And this is where you really need your quarterback, Mike, to step up and not just lead your offense, but to really establish himself as the leader of this entire team. You're looking to pick up your first win. You're trying to build a little momentum to kickstart what's been a slow start to the season. Remember, another loss here today, 0-4, would all but eliminate their playoff chances. Only one team in NFL history, the 1992 San Diego Chargers, has ever made the playoffs after an 0-4 start. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll stay on the ground with Achan. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. Marshall is on the move. Throwing on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target. And it's going to be 4th down. Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The Patriots offense ready now for their second drive. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. From out of the gun, here's May. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. A 1st down there. Gain of 14 yards.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that second foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Still 1st down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They'll go play action with May. He's going to run it. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
On 2nd down, it's May. This one caught at the 4. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
3rd and short. And here is May. And he's in. Touchdown, New England. Greg, offensive coordinator's script the start of the game. This script has read perfectly. What a great start for this offense.
It just seems like every play this offensive coordinator dials up is perfectly timed and then perfectly executed. They've been aggressive, they've been efficient right since the start of this one, and I'll tell you what, Mike, if they continue to build on this lead here early, it's going to be a long day for this defense.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Pats move out on top, 14-0. Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That's complete to the tight end, Theo Johnson. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tua. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the fourth quarter.
Off the bootleg, here's Tua. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. He runs with it.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking them down and took them down for a loss.
So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run with the 2nd-round pick in the April draft. A short gain up to the 20. Chop Robinson, the man to bring him down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Open man is Palmer. It's complete. 15-yard pickup there. 1st down, New England.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
May to throw on 2nd down. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. He'll try and run here with Cook. And he's got it. Good work there to take it to the 47 and set up 1st down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
And this defense not allowing much there. They'll stop him at the 45. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. May gonna look to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll come up here 1st and 10. To throw is May. Trying to set up the screen, but he just had to spike that one. This will be incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing is May. This one up top for Dobbs.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? They'll try to run. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. So some early intrigue as we have reached the end of the first quarter. The Patriots out on top. And we're back to South Florida after this. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Now May. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now give on the ground. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Here's May. Trying to set up the screen, but it is not there. He just had to spike it. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. This about as short as you can get. Reichert's kick is good. And the Pats stake themselves to a 17-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive, as they'll begin here with 1st down. Yeah! They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That's taken in by HN. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's Tua. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Tua gonna give it to HN. And he'll get 4 on this one. Down inside the 40-yard line now. Here comes 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun, here's Tua. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's their punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The Patriots offense ready for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. This drive will start on the ground. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To throw now. May. Throwing right. It's taken in. Big gain, and that changes the complexion of this drive all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Everyone notices the big play after the catch, Mike, right? That's the easy part, but don't take for granted or overlook how important ball placement is. Being able to hit your target in stride is the difference between a nice completion or a big chunk play like they had here. It allows them to turn into a runner faster, take advantage of that green grass, and big plays typically lead to points.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
Now, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team?
That's down the field and intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to get the football at their own 23.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Dolphins offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Off he goes.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Nice job by the defense there, stopping him short on 3rd down. Brings up 4th, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's May. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They run out of the gun. It's Cook. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. 3rd and long. From out of the gun, here's May. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down. Patriots ready for the punt. A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. A play fake. Now 2 to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
This offense just continues to struggle to find any sort of rhythm. And now part of it is self-inflicted wounds. But the vast majority of their struggles has just been their inability to pass protect. You can't expect your quarterback to settle into the game and have any confidence operating out of the pocket when the second he hits his back foot, the play's over.
On the ground is H.A. And some good blocking, springing him A gain of 9 as we get to third down.
That's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 11.
Here's Tagovailoa. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Max Milton.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Now a give up the middle, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's May. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing now is May. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch, stays in bounds, and he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab. Two minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. This one complete to Palmer. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. May to the air once more. He'll find his running back, Cook.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in.
To the goal line and in. Joshua Palmer. Touchdown, Patriots. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
The kick is good. Makes the score Patriots 24, Dolphins nothing.
Reichert out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. 2nd down and 8. A shotgun snap for Tua. He'll get that complete to Ross. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. To the air again, Tagovailoa. That is caught downfield. It's Johnson, the tight end. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. He's going to air this one out. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. Here's the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Patriots offense and Drake May making their way back out. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Not much there, maybe a yard. So we hit halftime, and the visiting Patriots are on top. As we head north to Orlando, we're going to join the coach, Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was the Ravens who get the win at home. Lamar Jackson, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. 31-21, the final score. Finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada and see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. Bijan Robinson, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach. Thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. This is going to be taken in at the 3. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The home team's offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Off play action, it's Tua. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Tua. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll begin here on the ground. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Throwing is May. He's got a man. It's Dobbs. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. That is a first National Football League touchdown for this rookie back. That is a moment, Greg, that he will cherish forever.
You got to hope he finds that ball. I can promise you every player who has ever scored an NFL touchdown, they have that first one somewhere. I know where mine is. It sits right on top of my shelf. It's a special moment, and they're hoping it's the first of many for this young back.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. This taken at the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Still second down.
Tua gonna throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Back to throw is Tua. He'll let one go down the middle. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 78 yards. Touchdown, Miami. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often.
Mike, that 4 vertical route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. But in order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They're able to take advantage for the strike.
The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins are able to cut into the deficit. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now, May. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. To throw is May. He's going to look for the home run ball. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Makes the score Patriots 38, Dolphins 7.
Reichert out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On play action, it's Tagovailoa. Sending it deep for Waddle. And he will go all the way. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. Now Sanders on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Dolphins are able to edge a bit closer. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
On 2nd down, it's May. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. A handoff as they try to run it here. Inside the 30. And he's going to take this all the way home. Touchdown, New England. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And that back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Patriots will add one more onto their big lead. Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting ready to go back to work. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now Tua. Catch made there by Waddle. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
At the 39-yard line.
Play action. Tagovailoa. That's to Waddle again. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
A run up the middle with Achan, and he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
Off the bootleg, here's Tua. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he's in! Touchdown, Miami! A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Sanders here for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Dolphins are able to cut into the deficit. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Patriots offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun. It's May. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here's 3rd and 7. From out of the gun, here's May. He's going to let this one go deep. And he's out of bounds inside the 30. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. An even 40 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Defense. Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Here's a handoff to Cook. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Brings up 2nd down at the 26-yard line.
They'll go play action with May. A throw on the run is complete. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Here's May. Quick throw here is complete. He's trying to power forward, but no dice. They go with the big man, and he may have lost yardage, and it sets up 4th down. They'll run it and give it to the big guy. And he's going to pick up a Patriots first down. Boy, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1.
And the Patriots first down.
Now a toss play, running left. He'll fight forward for a short pickup to the 16. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. So back and forth they go as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. May to throw on 2nd down. Quick throw, taken in, and they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. On 3rd and a yard, here's May. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Now after taking that loss on the sack, it changes your entire approach offensively. You go from playing for 6 to now everything is just about coming away with points.
So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. This will be a 38-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Patriots will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
A return now from the 4. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31.
Now someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback. A shotgun snap for Tua. That's taken in by Achane. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Now a screen set up for Achane.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And he's going to have a Dolphins first down as they wind up getting 13 on 4th down.
First and and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run this one straight ahead with HN. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, here's Tua. That's caught over the middle by Johnson. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
For a Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's H.A. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
So after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Off play action, it's Tua. And that is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll turn and hand this one off. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the 1st down.
He'll be brought down after a short pickup to the 45. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. To throw now, May. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
And the Patriots ready to kick it away. And he's on to punt for just the 2nd time in this game. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Dolphins offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings us 2nd and 7 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing is Tua. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Here's Tua. Taken in right side by the tight end, Johnson.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. They snap it to Tua. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Roger McCreary. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
The Patriots offense and Romeo Doubs heading out for their next possession. And it's looking like 4-0 might be in the cards. Looking to finish off a perfect September as they're going to start this drive. 1st and 10. Now a give on the ground. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A 40-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll send a tight end in motion. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Still 2nd down.
Following the penalty, they'll run it. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
Down at the 37-yard line. A gain of 12. 1st down, New England.
So it's a road win here for the Patriots. They finish off the first month of the season perfect as the victory runs their mark to 4-0.